I made it all in one piece, and I'm actually quite settled in now because it is actually my 5th full day here. I've settled in quite nicely in my little room, but it's kind of weird living here at the moment because I arrived assuming there'd be people living here, but I've not actually seen or encountered anyone. But there's bikes in the bike storage, and I've heard doors ominously opening and closing, so I think there is at least one person living here at the moment, but they just don't want to be my friend. The flat itself is not the greatest. I didn't go with student housing, I managed to find my own flat on Facebook. And yeah, my room's actually quite nice now that I've had some homely touches, but the flat itself is a little bit It was quite funny when me and my buddy from university, Flip, he's my guy who's to help me out while I'm here, he helped me with my bag and helped me finding my flat, and it was quite comedic because we were like walking like, wow, this street looks really nice, look at all these lovely new flats, and then the nice flats end and then there's just one big industrial white door, and I'm like, no way is that it, no way is that it, and I put my key in and it fit, and I was like, okay, this is it, this is my flat, great. But you know, it's all making the most of it. It has some bike storage, a little bit grim with the bike storage and this grim looking hallway. Got a kind of small toilet, and there's a little utility room. The kitchen's alright, it's got some decent utilities and everything's there that I need. The only thing is that you have to go through the kitchen to get to the shower, and by this point I feel like, knowing myself, I'm gonna meet my flatmate for the first time as I'm coming out the shower and he's making a sandwich, and it'll be a really awkward encounter. My room itself is actually quite, you know, I've added some nice little touches and I'm feeling quite at home. It's quite nice and cozy in here, but some nice heating on in here as well. And there's this little door here as well, which out to like a little middle veranda bit. I'll show you a shot of that tomorrow while it's nice and bright because it's quite dark in here. So yeah, I actually have done quite a lot while I've been here, even though I've like hardly filmed anything, but I swear I will get better at that for you. So I've been slowly meeting all the international students. There's so many of us, I think there's about 80-ish of us. There's quite a few of us from Scotland. There's people from South Korea, people from Mexico, France, South Africa, Australia, probably more that I can't think of off the top of my head. I've met so many people that it's been absolutely mental. It's such an international hub here and it's really interesting. On my first full day at night, I went out to a nightclub and met some of them, and I filmed this bit of footage. On Sunday, a bunch of us went to the cinema to see The Three Billboards of Ebbing, Missouri. I keep on pronouncing that wrong. Really good film, I highly recommend it. It was fantastic. It made me feel so many different emotions and it leaves you thinking at the end, and it's such a compelling, interesting story, so highly recommend you go and watch that. It was kind of weird because we have this like international WhatsApp group for all the international students, and yeah, I hadn't met any of them. It's like, oh, we're going to the cinema, and just kind of like appear and I'm like, hi, I'm just gonna sit here next to you even though I don't actually know who you are, but I know that you're an international student, so like slowly been making friends that way. And after the cinema we went to this really cool bar where it's like self-service beer taps, and there's about 30 odd beer taps, all different kinds, so much different beer, and you get like a card at the bar and you put money onto it and you just go swipe your card and pour as much beer as you want, or as much beer as your money will let you pour. But back home I'm not much of a beer drinker, I don't really like beer, but when in Rome, you know, I'm gonna try and enjoy beer, and I have been drinking a fair amount of it since I got here, so I think I'm on the right track and I have been kind of enjoying it. Yesterday I got my bike, which is super awesome. Honestly, I've not ridden a bike since I was about 12 years old, and I forgot how amazing it is just going with the wind flowing through your hair. It felt amazing, so much fun. So I've been figuring out the bike system and cycling around, and that's been really fun. Last night there was a night for the international students. It was held by Student Housing Holland. A lot of free beer, a lot of free shots, and it was an interesting evening. Again, I got a little bit of footage. Really not an awful lot to go by there. But after that night out I tried something called a capsulum, which if obviously people from Scotland, you know a hoagie, it's like the Dutch version of a hoagie but so much better. It's honestly the perfect drunk food, so greasy, everything you don't need but you totally want. It was the perfect thing to finish my evening last night. Doner meat, chips, cheese, salad with yogurt and hot sauce. It was like the perfect thing. It was definitely not an attractive sight watching me eat that, but it was attractive in my mouth. And yeah, I'm quite happy now and I'm quite settled in now and, you know, feeling a lot more positive. But on the first night I was here, things, you know, got a little overwhelming, and I thought I might as well, you know, I'm trying to share my entire experience, the real experience of moving away and everything, so I thought I'd capture a few of my thoughts at that moment. This is my first night alone here in Tilburg. And yeah, obviously it's an amazing opportunity and I know everything's going to be great, I'm going to meet loads of people and it's all going to be fine and dandy, but like, sitting in this room myself, it just, I don't know, I just keep on getting like waves of anxiety. It's just kind of becoming a bit overwhelming a little bit. I don't know, usually in the evenings I'm at my boyfriend's house, or I'm hanging out with my friends, or even if I'm at home, you know, my mum and dad are about and I can sit and chat to them, but I've not seen a single person in this flat yet. It's very quiet. Jake, my boyfriend, he covered this little sock monkey. Mum's like, Jeremy covered it in his aftershave and I'm sitting here like a child just like sniffing at it. It's quite comforting actually. Like there was a moment earlier when I went to the closest supermarket and I was hungry and obviously there's no food in the flat, so I went into the supermarket and all of a sudden, again, another wave of anxiety as I walked in and I take my first glance and all of a sudden I'm just like, wait, what do I even need to buy? Like, all of a sudden everything just like went out of my head, and like, obviously because I'm in the Netherlands, most of the packaging on everything in the shop, like I can't understand it. Yeah, obviously I can work out roughly what things are, but like I can't understand a lot of it. And you know, just the shops are just, obviously it's just different, you know, everything's different over here, but that's the point. I'm over here to get a bit of culture and see things that are different from, you know, Scotland. But you know, it's just weird walking around and people are talking and you just, I don't know, you seem quite in your own little world because no, you can't understand what anyone else is saying. But obviously I hope to pick up the language or whatever, but I ended up coming away with some stuff. But it was just the initial moment when I walked in and picked up my basket, I was like, wait, what am I buying? And what is this? What kind of sauce is this? I'm not quite sure. So I thought I would just bring us in to the realness of what's going on. But cue to happy Katie having a swell time. But yeah, like I said, I'm a lot more positive now. I'm feeling very happy. Now that I've got my bike and I'm not so far away from the centre, it really does not take that long to get anywhere. And I've met so many cool and interesting people already, but I'm looking forward and I'm hopeful and I'm super excited about everything amazing that's going to come with being here in this amazing country. And for now, I'm just going to try and film some more stuff because clearly right now I've not really filmed very much of anything.